that stands out about this draft is there is playmaking across the board for both teams. This is a draft where you can make things happen.
Oh, we're already into it. Hansama.
Oh, it's absolute chaos on the rift, and Hansama's already down! First blood for FaZe, and in comes Doran to turn it into more. LeBron, 100 HP, gets under the tower, but flashed on! And pays with a double kill for 2 minutes in his first game with T1.
Carry.
I'd be surprised if Ona moves into this bottom lane, but he's got the wraparound here. Actually, maybe an opportunity. Carrier goes forward. Lebrov dodges away from the sun and actually goes forward. He sets up for a kill. Hansama with the first one of the fight, and it's answered by FaZe.
FaZe still able to get that answer back, and honestly for Owner, using the fact that you have that quicker clear, kind of helping out here, because FaZe desperately needs this reset and the way to push in. But now Vi on the bottom side,
Hang on. FaZe is down! Hansama finds the kill all by himself. Ona answers, but here comes Vi. Ona knocked into the wall, taken low, does not have his flash available, and he goes down. Skumon with the answer. G2 T1. LeBron moves to the mid lane. Let's try and make sure. Oh, hang on. Red Bull League, low HP. Doran walking underneath the tower. But he's being burnt, actually. BB's going to turn it around. Doran gets the magic shield, but he's cut down. Broken Blade with the solo kill.
This is what his Rumble can do. Broken Blade with the solo kill on the top side. And moving down into this bottom side. He's been beating Skumon to the punch and wants to see if he can do it again.
Ona does not want to let them get away with this on the magical journey as LeBron takes a tower shot as well. Hansama falls. Oh, he finds the Piltover Peacemaker! A double for Hans! Ona can't find his mark, knocked up, and he'll be taken down as a bonus on top. G2 taking it to T1.
You're already having the Mundo come down, but Hansama able to set up the plays, sidesteps it, gets the beautiful Piltover Peacemaker.
Slightly behind in gold versus Hansama. It's a 450 gold lead on the Caitlyn right now. Caitlyn, not a champion you want to be behind, but here we go. Ona still the third bot laner for T1 at this point as Hansama getting damage down. Skumon dives into the action. Ona chasing onto the G2 bottom lane, and FaZe has room to get these autos in, but Ona low on HP, and he's taken down again. Hansama still going! How are they getting away with this? And now Caps flies into the action and forces a flash out of Faker. The slow comes on down. Faker trying to escape with this one. Egg still available, but no teammates to follow up. In comes Vi. Skumon taking him into the egg form, and it's going to be delicious yoke for G2 from Hansama. Doran down in this bottom side, catching a wave, but very low on HP. See, Hansama's already used his ultimate. I'm guessing that's how Doran got so low, but in they go. There's only so much you can do against an ultimatum. Cut into Hansama down, and Doran gets the gold. Ona now caught up in the river as FaZe trying to support his jungler. G2 have started these grubs off, but I think they might have to retreat on this one. Still positioning aggressively, and Doran dives in onto LeBron as well. Doran is looking for a second in the bottom side as in goes Caps in the mid lane. Faker down, Ona down, G2 with the grubs.
Business being around that river.
I have a feeling here that, you know, we've got Ona taking the Mundo. We're going dash away on this area. Oh, here we go. Frozen in time is Lebrov stunned up, and that should be one for the side of T1. A bit of a freebie for them as Faker grabs that gold, pays underneath the tower, and Caps punishes, but also just gives him a chunk of gold.
Not looking too shabby, finding these small little picks in these small windows, but Carrier.
Okay, 1v1 with Hansama. I'm not sure this is one that Bard can win, and the cease and desist comes through as well. Skumon is not letting him get away today. Doran arrives in the mid lane to catch this wave, but no way he can do anything versus Hansama here.
Yeah, with this 4-0 jungler, now going to have to make magic happen for himself.
Exec ultimatum, but Hansama has reinforcements this time. The route onto Doran, the trap will be there to follow it up. Huge damage from Hans as FaZe forced away the equalizer. Quite going to be enough to follow up here. And T1, oh! It's a bit of a doozy.
Not able to get it. It's a bit of a precarious position. And even when you look at Faker's build, right, going for both of those scaling items, it's going to be a while before this Anivia really comes online. So when you look at G2, they do have this kind of window to play with now of what we've seen, the small picks that they can find, the windows of opportunity to move people around the map, and right now they're reading G2's movement well, trying to cover on the bottom side. Faker still has egg.
Has the passive available of Rolf moving in. Faker down to 300 as G2 have to back away the wall. Not enough as Caps gets that egg but flashes towards Pays. Pays in the middle of all of them. Melo gets into the Tempered Fate and LeBron over the wall as well. T1 low on HP. Pays still firing away. Walks away with his life, but Hansama takes him out in the end. T1 are going fairly even though. Faker still alive in this one as Skew1 tries to find more and Oda cuts down another. Double on the Mundo. Oda goes where he pleases. Skew1 gets the shield though, as Oda taken down, and G2 regain control.
This was looking like a business meeting T1 were happy to take.
Flies in, Doran having to dash away again as the redemption comes on through just to top carrier back up.
Yeah, good night Doran. Ends up blocking the potential for the Void to get on towards the Bard by using his body, prepping the hook shots, making sure there was no real follow-up there for G2. But Caps does actually get the terror, so there are your feats.
There we go, that's me proven wrong. Continues for G2. Looking for the Herald here. T1 positioning like they want to fight for this one. Brov caught by the Tempered Fate. I don't know if there's much follow-up available as Skew1 dives in onto Ona instead. Hansama exhausted though, so the damage isn't there. And Skew1 goes down. In the meantime, a Hextech ultimatum on the backline, and Hansama is taken out as well. T1 finding a couple for themselves. Ona low on HP, but at the end of the day, he's Mundo. Maybe he can get back into the action anyway.
And it's also, oh, hang on.
Hang on, Carrier chased down, but does find the stun. Broken Blade caught by Ona. The healing coming on through. Broken Blade gets away with it again. A double kill on the Rumble, and G2 stay ahead.
Making sure they can't really get any damage down, and BB's able to turn it around.
I mean, the fact that Broken Blade finds that kill onto Pays, probably denying T1 from snowballing.
As Owner steps forward.
Area alongside him here. CC removal, not there. Is LeBlanc trying to get some damage down? Hansama could be caught here as Doran comes in on the backside, but he's just not got the help. Pays forced away by Caps, and that's a perfect execution and a half! Caps taking 2 out like it's nothing.
The perfect execution into taking the magical journey for another kill to send himself back to the smoke. That was incredible from Caps. G2 looking clean coming into this 20-minute mark.
Double the kills of T1 right now. We're only 18 minutes in, and there is an absurd number of kills on the board. Herald taken, as BB's pushing up in that top side. He'll go for a reset. Hansama gonna have the reinforcements of the Herald in the mid lane, and that is all 3 tier 1s taken for G2.
They're gonna take a celebrity drive away as again, for G2, this is insane. You just picked up so much gold. You already have 2 items completed. The potential for a Chemtech Soul in 3.5 minutes. They are looking primed and ready to take down the world champions. Caps.
Caps trying to chase down Carrier, but there's Hansama finding the follow-up. Way away from that really coming into play with 3 dragons for G2 that Herald already used. Faker, he's out of mana on the bottom side, but Ona's here to help him out in the meantime. And all in the mid lane, Pays gonna be caught up, gonna be stunned up, and gonna be taken down as Hansama basically 1v1's door, and Faker has found a kill on Caps in the meantime. Man advantage for G2, they start this Halakan. Ona moving in, the equalizer actually used just to chunk Faker out on arrival, get a bit of damage on Ona, it's enough. And G2 grab a Halakan for themselves.
You can see what their attempts are. It's just sit somewhere, fish for picks, and look for the TP in behind G2 here.
Carrier hunting for a stun, flashes, but doesn't find Hansama, and Hansama flashing away from the Tempered Fate and gets it on the fadeaway. Now the all-in from G2, Skew1 in the middle of everyone. Equalizer finishing the job onto Pays, and Broken Blade diving onto Faker. That egg ain't gonna save you now. The Skew1 looks for more onto Doran. It's going to be an absolute wipe for G2.
Which is better, to be a world champion or in the aftermath be an unofficial world champion? That's what G2 are fighting for here, and they're making sure T1 know as they are now moving towards those space turrets.
Those are the important questions that we are answering today in Munich. G2 and T1 are 1-1 over the last 2 Red Bull League of its owns. And it's G2's opportunity to take the lead in that matchup. Towers galore across the map here for G2. They have every advantage they could possibly want. To be honest, for now, T1 in a great spot to make something ridiculous happen. The stakes are unbelievably low here today.
A bad way to bring T1 to the main stage. As now Carrier with the Ghosts, fishing for Broken Blade.
Tempered Fate, gonna keep him in place. Faker gonna look for the stun off the back of it. Not much damage coming through, to be honest. Broken Blade, pretty tanky, and Carrier is one shot. What was that from BB? And now Pays rooted on up. Cap's gonna try and find his way in, but the wall denies his entry. Pays gets over the wall, and Caps can't really follow it up. Perfect execution to try and get over there. LeBron trying to 1v1 Faker. Faker TP's on out, can't quite get the CC down, and Faker now able to look towards Hansama, but no! Denied by the brush, in comes Pays, but taken out by Caps in the end.
His last breath is to take down Hansama.
Oh, back-to-back world champion.
Yeah, let it be known in the best of 3 and Red Bull League of its own. G2 potentially, no, Carrier, don't do it. Okay, he's gonna KT didn't even do that, you know?
True. What you gotta do him like that, Tactor? Owner caught out in the jungle. Equalizer coming out. Equalizer feels a little overkill, to be honest. I'm pretty sure that guy was dead.
Yeah, I don't think Owner was having the best of times. And already that mid lane turret's gone. You don't really have a huge amount left as Caps. How sneaky can you be?
He's invisible. Can he get away with it? The stun comes on through from Faker. There's a bit of damage to follow it up. A couple of dashes from Caps, and he gets back over the wall. Carrier barely surviving himself. The Skewmond is here. LeBron following up with a bit of CC. Carrier solo on HP, but Caps can't really get back in the action. Broken Blade chasing as Skewmond is there to make an egg out of him. Is that a phrase? I think that's a phrase.
There's definitely egg on his face after that one. As the punch through ends up killing Carrier on the back line as well. And it's Hansama. Oh my God! Where'd he go?
Hansama's like, forget your fight, guys. He's just ending the game. The trap under the TP, and just one bang Zoran at land. 45-16. What a game here between G2 and T1. T1 jumping onto the stage and being reminded what Europe can bring to the table.
G2 continuing to dive, but they do end the game. They ended the game. G2 taking down T1.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.